We're going to start with
the iPads right now. Okay, go ahead, Jordan.
Second, I'm going to put up for everybody to see your meme. Okay, so everybody sees up on the screen Jordan's meme.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Jordan, you want to explain your meme, why you chose this, and who the Hasidim were?
Okay, so the Hasidim, like they like what they were known for. They were like what? How do I explain it? Basically, they like wanted everyone to connect to God, and their like main focus was singing and dancing and praying. So so that's why that's the inspiration for my meme.
Great. I think you did a great job. But you know what? Everybody should explain it to the class. You don't have to explain it to me, okay? Explain it to everybody else. And I think you guys did a fantastic job because that's what they were about. They worship God by singing and dancing and praying. And that's a beautiful meme to explain that. Okay. Who?
Secularism. Who has secularism? You guys?
All kavod.
Explain. I know you. What was yours? You had secular. Who's coming from this group? Come on, Gabby, explain secularism. How about you? Come on, one of you come and explain it. Come on, Molly, you can do it. Let's go, guys. You know what, guys? There's so much talking going on. We're not listening to each other.
So I'm going to explain. They are going to explain. That's what I explained. We'll explain.
Go ahead, please.
So.
Okay, you know what? We're going to move on to the reform.
Okay, so guys, just have a sense that secular Jews, as compared to Hasidim, compared to Reform Jews, secular Jews, they were not so interested in being Jewish, and they really wanted to assimilate or become part of the surrounding society. So like a German secular Jew just wanted to be considered a good German and not necessarily Jewish. Okay, somebody from the Zionists.
Okay, the Zionist group. Who was the Zionist? You guys were. So someone, we want to come up?
No.
Come on, one of you guys come.
No.
Guys, please.
Someone. How about all three?
Right, I don't mind if they speak from their seats.
Okay, we have nobody who wants. What about one of you two guys? No. No one wants to explain for the Zionists.
Okay, so how do the Zionists differ from secular Jews or from Hasidim? Zionists were very focused on trying to recreate a Jewish state in the Jewish homeland in Palestine. So that was their focus and their passion about Judaism. What about Reform Jews, or those who belong to the Reform movement? They weren't secular. They didn't want to just assimilate and be like all the other Germans. They were Jewish and wanted to celebrate their Judaism.
Here we have representing the Reform.
Great. Call a vote, guys.
So the Reform Jews, they still wanted to like practice Judaism, but they wanted to be like more for like their like where they live, like so like in their like first language, which like always wasn't Hebrew. So they wanted to like be more so everyone could like understand it.
Okay. Awesome. Beautiful interpretation. An important thing was language. They wanted to understand Judaism, not just hear things in Hebrew, which they didn't necessarily relate to. And they wanted to make it more modern, more relatable to where they lived and their society. Okay, great. You guys weren't able to get into the memes?
No.
Oh, okay. And what about our Misnagdim? How were they different? They were different than They were different than Hasidim. They were certainly very different than Reform Jews or secular Jews.
Mine says not. So mine says, I don't know if you. So just turn it. It says not accepted. What do you mean? If you looked in a dictionary, you know what it means. It means you keep going because you do things differently.
Okay. Okay, and how would you explain that the Misnagdim did things differently? Did they do things differently, or what were they claiming?
They were claiming the Torah cannot change anything or everything.
Okay, right. They were claiming no changes. They were stuck. They wanted everything to stay exactly the way they thought things had always been.
Yeah.
So we see that just like today, you know, they always say if you have 3 Jews or 2 Jews in a room or 3 Jews in a synagogue, that you need to build a second synagogue. Just like today, when many Jews have different ideas, we know we have Orthodox Jews and we have Haredim and we have conservative Jews and we have Reform Jews and we have secular Jews. We have Zionists, people who move to Israel or support Israel. We have people for whom Israel isn't necessarily the center of the world. So just like today, we have all different kinds of Jews. And Jewish life is it's a big tapestry or painting of many colors. We shouldn't look back at Jewish life in Europe before the war and think it was all black and white and everybody dressed a certain way. We saw in those films and those video clips that people looked different, that people were bathing suits and went to the beach, that people dressed religiously, that people went outside and jumped rope, that school children dressed in school clothes and played, that people played and sang and danced, and that Jewish life before the war was very rich and very different, of many colors, just like it is today in both America and in Israel, actually across the world for that matter. So when we talk about losing 6 million Jews,